Oh, okay, there we go. What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? Okay, now before we get into what we're here to discuss, which is Carlos King's interview with Jassi Rideaux, okay, because that girl made herself look crazy again. But before we get into anything of that sort, let me let you guys know what we got coming up. Now, today is Friday, which means that we have Bill Collective tonight at 9:05, right after the show airs. So make sure you guys tune in to my live review of the show. And then on Saturday, I'll be going live once again for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Be sure to tune in for my live review of that. I'll be going live at 10:30 p.m. right after T goes live. And also on Sunday, be sure to tune in for my Real Housewives of Potomac review, which I will be going live right after the show. And of course, on Monday, we come right back for the Whether You Like It or Not panel, where we will be over on Really Beat TV's platform. So make sure you guys tune in and support the people. All right. All righty then. Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of that. So, with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcement so far. So let's go ahead and get into the mess, y'all. Okay, so we are here to discuss this interview that Carlos King did with Jassi from Real Housewives of Potomac, which is very ironic that he did an interview with her today when Color Me Pink just did an interview with the baby mama last night. When I tell you that is crazy, I'm looking at it like, So did we know that Color Me Pink was doing an interview with, the baby mama last night? And did Carlos know that? And then he just hopped up and said, okay, well, she finna drop her interview. So let me drop my interview the very next morning. Okay. I was laying up in my bed, twiddling my thumbs, thinking I did not have to do any content today until Bell Collective. And here we go with this shit right here. And I must say that it was crazy. Now, the only part that we're really going to listen to is the part where, the baby mama scandal and all that stuff comes up, right? So, first things first, there's a couple of things that I do want to say about it that, we won't be listening to, but I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of tidbits. Jazzy apparently comes from money. A lot of us were thinking that, she was just this gold digger that's just out here, dating Darius for the money that he really ain't got or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And so she came from money. She was a flight attendant, all that other good jazz and stuff like that. So apparently she already had bank. She come from a successful family, but I mean, she come from a successful family, but she's a flight attendant. Okay. Not trying to shit on the flight attendants or anything like that, but I'm just wondering. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, but that's just about it. But yeah, she was a flight attendant, but she said that she came from a family of money. And then she was talking about the reasons why she was telling the stories that she was telling about her relationship. It was because she felt like the ladies were coming for her and she just had to get her story out, whatever. So those are just a few things because she talked about herself about the first 30 minutes of the show, and of course, Carlos got to give, his brown nose and stuff, Oh my God, you're a star. I saw you, and the first thing that I saw on your face was star. Like you a star. Like you should have a flu. You a star. You're just a star. You're a force multiplier. You're a star. And I see people all the time. And I produce reality TV all the time. And just because you're on reality TV, it doesn't mean that you're a star. But when I look at you, Jassi, I see a star. You a star. You a star. And as you know, I love all the girls. You know that. Everybody knows that I love all the girls. All the girls. Oh, that damn Carlos. He know he gonna brown nose. If he don't do nothing else, that muff gonna brown nose his ass off. But that's just me, in my opinion. This is what I think. I ain't saying it's in the Bible. I ain't saying that it's true. I'm just saying that it's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, you feel what I'm saying? But anyway, you feel me? Um, that's the thing. That's the thing about the situation, and that's all I can say. That's really all I can say. Carlos just, and and like I said, y'all know I be trying to give Carlos the benefit of the doubt. Y'all know that. Y'all know I be trying with Carlos. Y'all know that I really, really, really be trying to, stay on the straight and narrow with this man, but he just irks me sometimes. But um, it's crazy. Now, do I like Jassi for the most part on the Housewives of Potomac? I do like her for the most part on the Real Housewives of Potomac, but at the same point in time, it's like, what makes her a star though? Like, you can like a person, but they ain't gotta be like no big star. They just good for TV, And Jassi hasn't really shown me anything that makes her, be the star of the show and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just me. I just like to watch her ass on TV. I just like to see her on TV. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just about it on that. So I know what y'all here for. Y'all here to hear the delusion and the storyline changes and everything like that. Especially if you saw Color Me Pink's interview last night. Okay. So I will say that by the 10-minute mark, we're going to go ahead and get into the thing because we got like 73 people up in here so far. Y'all already know that the goal is to go, past 100 folks. Y'all know that's what the goal is all the time. And since y'all bullied me last night, my Cash App is down there at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to donate, that's up to you. You ain't really got to do a damn thing, but it's down there. I'm just telling y'all. Let me see. Let me look at some of the comments as we get ready to get into the 10-minute mark. Child, I cut off the actual interview when you went live. Oh my God. Nothing about her is giving stars. She's cool, but we'll see. Okay. Hey, Brittany Janae. How are you, girl? Hey, Tay Beauty. Hey, Scotty in the game. I'm a flight attendant and I make good money. It depends on who you work for. Do you work for Delta, American Airlines, or something like that? Because I feel like since you say you make good money, I got a feeling you work for Delta, American Airlines, or something like that. And as much as I love me some Southwest, I don't know how much they make. But y'all, we're at the 10-minute mark now. So we're about to go ahead and get into this actual interview itself. If you haven't shared the video, go ahead. Do your due deals. And let's get into it. We're gonna listen along. And of course, y'all know how we do this thing, how we listen along. I get my thoughts, we keep it moving to the end. And I'll let you guys know now, if you haven't watched the interview, Darius comes at the very end of the interview and he talks as well. So let's get into it, y'all.
You have been in the news a lot lately in regards to a transitioning relationship. And I want to give you the opportunity to address this head on.
Sure.
You are in a relationship, engaged to Darius, who I just met, earlier. And he is a Super Bowl champion, won the Super Bowl this year with the Kansas City Chiefs. There has been tons of conversations about the timeline of your relationship. You have been called everything from his mistress to a homewrecker who took this woman's man, and you were a side piece. Let's talk about that. So you and Darius met in 2022, correct?
Yes, Darius and I met initially in 2022 is when my fiance and I met.
Okay, so let's do the math. And I'm a journalist. Hey, Portia. So I want to give you the opportunity to clear the air once and for all. So you are alleging that you have been together since 2022.
No. Let's
go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
So let's back it up right there. It's very simple confusion. In the moment that fans saw on TV Right after the moment where I said that we had been dating about 2 years, I also mentioned that like TJ and Stacey, the first year we were just friends. We were just getting to know each other. It wasn't.
Were y'all intimate that first year?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never. Absolutely not. We were not intimate until 2023. Okay, when we officially got together. So I think that that's a huge missing piece to the puzzle. And you know, when I saw that clip, I was like, hold on, what about the other part? And so the other part, and I'm here to clear that up, was that Darius and I was just getting to know each other. Once he and I met, Darius took a whole year trying to convince me to fly out to see him. And when he did, his mother and other people were waiting after the game, and that's when I initially met them. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here real quick. You would not have to be clearing. You wouldn't be having to clear nothing up if you wasn't out here lying already. My opinion, ain't nobody gotta agree or disagree or anything like that. But if you weren't out here lying all damn ready, then you would not have to be out here having to, clear your name, clear up what the you actually said, all that weird shit. Like you wouldn't even have to. But because you've been out here telling this story, that story, this story, that story, this story, that story, going on Color Me Pink's page, trying to go in on her because she caught you flexing and telling lies and shit like that. Now you want to come out here and say, oh, I'm just clearing my name, or I'm just clearing this up, or I'm just clearing that up. But it's like, what you mean? And you're trying to clear yourself, but at the same point in time, you still not looking good in this situation because you're allowing yourself to be played by a man. That's what you're doing. He played you and you still took him back. That was the gist of this whole fucking interview. From the time I listened to it to the very end. What the truth of the matter is, he played you more than one time. He cheated. He lied. You took him back, and that's just what happened. And you're gonna stick beside him no matter what. And I ain't mad at you for sticking beside him. That's your man. Stick beside him. But if you're gonna stick beside him, say that's what you're gonna do, which is stick beside him. But you don't want to say that. You just want to save face. But okay, let's continue.
Let me stop you there. When y'all two were communicating the first year, was he in a relationship with his boy's mom, Carlissa?
I think that Darius was identifying as a single man at that time. And I think that he definitely was involved with her. I can't say whether or not it was a committed relationship, but I later found out that in 2022, he definitely was involved with the children of his children's mom of his kids.
They were still in a sexual relationship.
Yeah.
So when he flew you out, technically he was still with his baby mama.
No, we met in 2022. He did not fly me out until 2020.
He identified as a single man. No, what he identified is a lying ass man who had a whole woman at home, and he wanted your ass too, and he wanted his cake and ice cream and eat it too. And that's what happened. He can identify what he wants to identify, but at the same point in time, he identified himself as a whole lying ass nigga, and you ate it up. That's what happened. You got to have more sense than that. Now, you sit up here talking about all your degrees and how educated you are, because I forgot to mention at the very beginning of this live. She talked about her degrees and how educated she is and how smart she is, but she clearly ain't that damn smart if she was doing this type of shit. I'm just saying. But okay. Continue to embarrass yourself, Jassi.
3.
When? Because
January.
Because January of 2023, there's a video of them kissing, celebrating New Year's.
So January of 2023, it was around the AFC game, which was in later January. And
let me stop you there. I misquoted. There's a video of them allegedly kissing January 2024.
Correct. Not January of 2023. January. Right. 2023, at the end of January of 2023 is when we first got together. And when I say got together, let me just break it down for you, Carlos. Let me talk to you, my friend, okay? Let me just really break it down for you, okay? Darius and I met 2022, like you mentioned, okay? It was not until 2023 that I decided, okay, like I'll let you fly me out. You know, I had always been the kind of girl that puts my career first. So I wasn't rushing to fly to Kansas City when I be on a line. I'm always in Cape Town, Milan, and this is all for work. You know, I was an international flight attendant. So when he told me, oh, you know, I want you to come out for the game, this was in January of 2023. Prior to that, I had never flown out to see him. I was making this man run through loops and holes because I'm like, why would I be flying to Kansas City when you could either fly here to show me that you're interested in me? And he was like, you know, I'm trying to work my schedule out, but it would be easier if you could fly here. And I would love to like just have you here in my city and just, you know, get to know you a little bit more. So I allowed him to fly me out there to see him.
Did he fly you first class, coach, or comfort?
It was first class with receipts. Please understand that. It was never going to be nothing else. It was never going to ride standby. It was never going to be a situation where it was a one-way ticket. No, we still have receipts. It was a round trip, first class flight on Delta Airlines. Okay.
Baby, I don't care if it was on Southwest, because y'all know a bitch loves a Southwest flight. Y'all know I don't fly nothing but Southwest. Okay. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was a millionaire. Southwest, please. However, who cares? That still isn't nothing. We don't care about that. Oh, all right. All righty then. And you a flight attendant. Why he need to fly you out? Don't you got benefits? Oh, she's so beautiful, but so fucking dumb. Oh my God. Let me go here.
MCI, DCA to MCI to be exact. That's what it was. Okay.
Okay.
That's what it was for sure. So again, that was January of 2023. January of 2020 is when that happened. And even then, I still, even after, you know, talking to him from time to time, and nothing was super consistent. Like he would be hitting me up and I would come back into town. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like you hit me up. I was in Milan. Like, what's up? I'm back in town. Like, what you got going on? What you been doing? And he's like, hey girl, like sit down. When you gonna come to Kansas City? And I'm like, Kansas City? You can't come here. And he like, listen, baby, I'm in season. Like I will take you everywhere you want to go after the season. But for now, like I'm in Kansas City and I want to see you. Like, so sit down a little bit and let a young little, Southern Mississippi boy kind of show you what's up. And
Mississippi. The nigga from Mississippi. What part of Mississippi is he from? Let me see if I can look him up and see where he from. His name Darius Harris. See if I can find him somewhere. They say he from Mississippi. She say he from Mississippi. Is he really from Mississippi? I want to know. He was born in 1996. Let's go to this Wikipedia page. He from Horn Lake, Mississippi. So Horn Lake, Mississippi is up there by Memphis. So basically, he from that Memphis metropolitan area. You know, everything is in northern Mississippi, like Horn Lake, Olive Branch, Tunica, what else? South Haven, all that is a part of the Memphis metropolitan area. Although it's in Mississippi, it's in the Memphis area. So yeah, he from up that way. But you sound crazy. Because my thing is this: if y'all started talking in 2022, how the fuck was y'all even communicating in the first place if you wasn't flying out to see him? Like, were y'all just texting? Were y'all FaceTiming each other? Were y'all talking to each other on the phone? Because I'm not a stranger to a long distance situation. I mean, when I met Bando last November, he was here. I was in Mississippi. We communicated over FaceTime and we communicated through text. I would fly here every other month to visit him and my friends. That's what we used to do. So what the fuck were y'all doing in 2022 Like, what were y'all doing? Were y'all just pen pals? Like, what the fuck were y'all doing? See, this is why the shit ain't making sense to a lot of people because of the way she's explaining it. And I think she's trying to dress it up and make it seem like it's more than what it's supposed to be than anything. So I don't know, y'all, but we're gonna continue.
So that's when I went out here in January of 2023.
And not to cut you off, did you guys meet by him sliding your DMs?
No, actually, I was in LA waiting for an Uber. I was literally outside the club waiting for an Uber in LA, and Darius and a couple of his friends approached me and my group and was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what y'all doing? What's the next move? What y'all got going on?" Da 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 da. So we all exchanged Instagrams. We actually took him to his car, and again, it was a group of us, and we actually took him to his car. He got out. We exchanged Instagrams, and that's how we initially met. We were in LA. Literally standing outside waiting for an Uber with our group. He came over with his group, like, what's up?
Okay. So he's courting you in 2022. And you are obviously
because I know that the timelines can get very confusing, but I want to be very clear that in 2022, Darius and I had no intimacy, nor did we ever have any dates at all. I saw this guy once when I first initially met him. And then after that, it was just on the phone. We were getting to know each other, talking here and there.
Okay. So in December of 2023, there's a photo of Darius in matching PJs with the kids and his child's mother. That's in December 2023. You said in 2023 is when you guys you got flown out.
January.
In January of that year. So in January 2023, you get flued out. Hey, Carisha. But then 11 months later, he's giving Cosby.
Hold on, y'all. Shout out to Sheridan for the $4.99 super chat. Darius loves to holler at a woman in a car, not him hollering at both ladies from the front seat. Exactly. Okay? Because that's the same way he hollered at his baby mama was when she was in her car. I'm in my driver's side. He trying to holler at me. Even though he ain't no scrub, but you know.
Show tees with matching PJs and a photo. So what happened between January 2023 and December of that year?
So in January of 2023, I go to the game. I meet his parents. I'm talking to him behind, where the family area is and everything, and we're getting to know each other. I stay out there for a couple of days, still no intimacy. Ladies, take notes, get your pens and papers out, okay? And get your pearls ready because I'm gonna give you a few. So we get out there in January of 2023. I meet his mama, I meet his family, and I spend a couple of days with him, and I don't give up anything, okay? So the relationship progressed, and end of February, we started being serious. Darius, since the day he met me, was kind of gagged, just to keep it a bug with you. He was like, I love you. I want you to be my girlfriend. What's up? Like, what do I need to do? And my standards, Carlos, has always been high.
If your standards are high, then why are you in this situation to begin with then? That's what I'm saying. If your standards are so high, why are you in this situation? Because let me tell you something. One thing about me, my standards ain't high. I don't expect a lot from nobody because shit, I ain't in the best position myself. So who am I to have a high standard, whatever? But my thing is this: how the fuck are you gonna sit up here and tell us and try to convince any of us that your ass has high standards? You see, you have high standards for yourself and for the men that you date, but yet you're sitting here with a cheater who had babies on you and before you was dibbing and dabbing between you and his baby mama, been lying to you the whole situation, and you want to sit up here and tell us that your standards are high. One thing about you, you beautiful motherfucker, is that you had us all fooled when we first saw you on this show. You had us all fooled. You were beautiful, you were pretty, you were all those things, and you were educated. You was a good fit, but in all reality, you're a bird. And I don't normally say that about folks, about women on my platform. I don't normally call them birds. But you a bird. You're giving birds too much. And you're trying to tell somebody to take notes when all you're doing is trying to prove your position. Instead of just telling the damn truth, you're trying to prove your position and trying to diminish the other person that's involved in this situation. You're trying to diminish Charlissa, who just said that she was still fucking your man earlier this year, but here you go, engaged to him. Like, what you talking about? They say birds fly south for the winter. It's the winter, and that means you need to fly down south. Because you sound real stupid right about now. You know what I'm saying? Like you crazy. And you know what, Asia? That's a good question. And I want to know if everybody feels the same way. Asia Jackson says, and thank you for being here with us. She says, so if they exchange Instagrams, how did she not know about the mother of his child? And did he not post them or what? That's a good question. That is a very good question. If y'all exchanged Instagrams and stuff like that, how did you not know about Charlissa and the kids? Did he not post them? Because that's the only way you would know. That's all we're trying to figure out, because things don't sound too good in this situation, Jassi. And you still got a whole lot to prove, obviously. So it's just, I don't know. Like, let me see. Thank you for the $2 super chat. She's trying to flex, but ma'am, he ran game on YouTube. Exactly. Jassi is a pigeon. Maybe a peacock. Oh my God. Right, Scotty. Girl, just tell the story and leave the fluff out. Exactly, because that's what it's giving. She's definitely an ostrich. Oh my God, y'all killing me. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you blessing me today, honey. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Cash App. Y'all already know donations are not required at all. It's just if you want to, child. I've been told to put this damn Cash out for the longest. I'm just doing it just for the hell of it. I ain't, But thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. She knew, but she just didn't care. She only talked about being flued out, and when he lost his contract, she wasn't there. His IG is private. I wonder if he allowed her to follow him. That's a good question. It's the ostrich for me. Her head is definitely underground. Let's continue. Y'all are lit in these comments. And shout out to the 150 folks that's up in here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's continue.
I've never been a woman that goes for a man that already has a woman. I've never been
Clearly you do. Clearly you do. You're talking about something. I've never been a type to go along with a man that already has a woman. Clearly you do. Because that's exactly what the fuck happened, Jassi. Girl. Let's continue.
the kind of woman that will go for a man who is not rising to the occasion.
He wasn't. Everything that you're saying that you don't go for, everything that you're saying that you don't see it for, everything that you don't go, that you're not getting down with, you getting down with it. So what are you talking about? I've never been the type of woman to, but you're doing it. I've never been a type of woman to, but you're doing it. I've never been but you're doing it. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, come on now. I can't. Let me continue.
when he sees a woman like me. And so when I met Darius, he was incredible and still is. But he really wooed me in a way that no man ever has. Like from the time that we started dating, seriously, from February, by March, he took me to Paris for 2 weeks. Okay, first class as well on Air France. After
that
See, he wooed you with the money. That's what he did. You sound stupid. See, this is giving bird. This is what I'm talking about. You talking about he wooed you in a way that no other man has. He wooed you with what he could do for you. He wooed you with the money. He wooed you with flying you on first class to Paris for 2 weeks. He wooed you with flying on Air France and stuff like that. All you're doing is, sitting up here bragging about the most insufficient, what is it? The most superficial things that really doesn't matter when it comes down to a relationship. Because I don't give a fuck. You can fly me to Paris or you can fly me back to Mississippi. I don't give a damn. It's about how you treat me. All that material shit don't even matter at the end of the day. Like, you sound dumb. Let me see. This is Tyler Perry. This is a Tyler Perry play love story, because what in the hell in McCarter is going on? Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Okay. So what year did they make it official? I could have sworn she said 2023. See, that's what I'm saying. He got to have the D of go, because she is really not saying what the real story is. She can't say what the real story is, because then she's going to look like the side chick, which she is, in my opinion. And Air France is a common airline. Child trying to make it seem like it's more than what it is. Let's continue.
That's $10,000.
He laid out the red carpet for me. Let's be very clear. I was very much so like, yeah, he the one.
So because he flew you to Paris on Air France for 2 weeks, because he had a little bit of money, that means that he was the one. And because you knew that he was a football player, that means he was the one. What other attributes did this man have for him to be the one for you? Because there's no perfect man out there at all. But what attributes did he have for him to be the one besides what he could do for you financially? That is the question. That's my question. What exactly were his, what other things did he do besides shower you with money and stuff? That's all I'm trying to figure out. First of all, hey, Miss Ann, thank you for the $5 super chat. He was lying to the both of them, and his family enabled him per Charlissa. At least she acknowledged that he was lying. Jassi is choosing delusion. Exactly. My point exactly. Okay? It's crazy. She's a vapid, money-hungry, status-hungry, lying dingbat. Damn, Prophet. It has to be the money, because it ain't his face. Oh my God. We stopped caring about a man's character, shakes my head. Scotty, can we please make this a panel? See, the only thing about that too, Feisty, is that soon after this live is over, I gotta go to the store. Like, I had my whole day planned out. I gotta go to the store right after this live is over, because I'm trying to go before it gets dark. Maybe I could come back and do a panel just for you guys to talk about this. I think maybe we could have just a live just set for us to have a discussion about this, but maybe before Bell Collective. I think maybe we should do a panel discussion on this while I let everybody up, just so we can discuss this. I think that's what we can do. Because right now I'm just giving my recap, but maybe I could let you guys come up on another live before Bell Collective to talk about this. I think that's what we could do, because I got to go to the store after this. But yeah, that's a good idea though. That's literally all he has to offer. When they showered him on the show, I was like, he looks one-dimensional, because he is. He is messy. All this back and forth when the babies are still little, right? All she saw was football player, money, and access. Okay. What about the children? She doesn't care about the children. Exactly. Jassi can be with the team mascot and let him cheat in peace, because that's what she doing. She's status chasing, but like Scotty said before, he's basically a water boy. Basically, Jassi needs media training because this is something she should have kept to herself. The baby mama was even okay with being kept behind the scenes. Jassi brought this up. He's a bit thick in the tongue for me, but go off, sis. Oh my God. Let's continue.
So we spent a couple weeks in Paris, and after that, when he was released from the team, that's when things really started to change. And by that time, I was already madly in love. I'm like, baby, what do we need to do? Like, what do we need to do? I don't even care about football no more. I'm in love with you. You have respected me. You have laid out the red carpet. You have been a man of your word. You've shown me everything that I would want to see, from meeting your family to meeting your grandma to meeting everybody that I need to meet, to let me know that you're very serious about me and my role that I will be in your life. Okay.
Child, so you believe that because of the fact that you were introduced to his mama, his grandmama, and his whole family, that means that he took you seriously? Let's talk, Jassi. Do you not know how many niggas in the hood introduce every motherfucking girl that they talk to the family? And the family members be knowing about all these women, but the women don't never know about each other. My daddy did that. The family knew my mama, and the family knew my damn stepmama. And this was back before he was even married to my stepmama. This was back when he was going back and forth between my mama and my stepmama. So it like the family knew about both of them. These family members ain't loyal to y'all. They're gonna be loyal to him. The family members gonna lie for him. Some of them is. Shit, my cousins do that. We knew all the women that he was with. All the motherfucking women. Every single bunch that he brought, we knew them. So what do you mean? I'm gonna need for y'all to stop putting so much bank on he introduced me to his family. So the fuck what? That don't mean nothing. At this point, that don't mean shit. Family members ain't shit. A lot of the time. I don't put none past them. We hear stories like this all the time where somebody be introduced to the family and then come to find out he had a whole nother woman and the family knew about it. They're gonna go for whatever. I promise you they are. But anyway, let's continue.
So when May came around, he kind of was just like, you know, babe, I was released from my team, and this is a very new dynamic for me. I'm not only worried about how I'm going to feed my son, I'm worried about how I'm going to feed myself. And, you know, this is very hard for me. And because I was so in love with him, I was like, you know, babe, like, I get it. You know, I had lost my grandfather, Vernell, rest his soul, in 2020. And that was the first time that I too had experienced what it's like to be so super sad, where you're like, I don't even know what this new feeling of sadness is. I need to kind of work through this and understand how I'm even feeling. And I can really only just show up for myself right now. And that's the things that Darius had told me that he was going through. But a couple months later, I was like, okay, I understand you're going through something, but you're a man. I mean, you know, like I'm no longer worried about you flying me first class, but at the same time, like we should be working out a schedule where we still are able to see each other and I'm still able to support you with or without your career. And after a couple of months.
Let me ask you this, Jassi. When y'all were seeing each other starting January 2023, February, it got more serious. He flies you out March of 2023 to Paris. During this time where you guys are serious, do you feel like are you guys in an exclusive relationship?
Absolutely, for sure.
Did you ever go to his house during this time period?
Absolutely. I went to his house, stayed several times, went to his family's house. I mean, we was locked in. It was like, absolutely. Went to his house. He had spent several days with me, even weeks, you know, and everything was on the up and up for us. It was a beautiful relationship. Always has been. Darius and I have a very healthy relationship. And especially when we first got together, I mean, he gave me no reason to feel anything other than this is my husband.
So what happened because obviously when it comes to athletes, their identity is established in their career, whether it's football, hockey, baseball, whatever. So when he got released from the Chiefs around of May of 2023, you guys are like seriously together for a few months. He's not seeing you as frequently. You understand that, okay, you're dealing with this because you know what it's like to lose somebody in 2020. And you're understanding about this sort of like, I don't want to use words, but maybe a depression, if you will, a sadness, if you will, that he's going through. So what is going on around this spring, summer, hey Sheree, this spring, summer, May timeframe where things are getting a little bit weird because he just got released from the team?
So what's going on around that time is I'm reassuring him that, you know, I'm here for him with or without football. I'm sending him quotes. I'm sending him contacts that I know. I'm letting him know that, you know what, you can be thinking about the things that you want to do after football. Football has been great, but also it's not everything. I'm totally being supportive as the woman in his life. And it did take me a couple of months to be like, all right, well, if you have that much going on and you're feeling, you know, this kind of way, maybe I do need to just take a step back and allow you to get through those kind of emotions. Because again, I was trying to be very supportive of him. And he was telling me like, babe, it's not you, it's just football. And this new dynamic is just something that I wasn't ready for. And I don't know really what to say to you other than trust me when I tell you that everything that I've ever said to you is the truth, and I will still make due to those words that I've ever told you. So
was he truthful with you that at this time he had a baby, a child?
Absolutely not, Carlos. He was not truthful.
He was not truthful, as you just admitted, and you still out here engaged to him. He was not truthful, and you just admitted, but you're sitting up here still trying to make him out to be the most perfect man in the world. He was truthful, and you admit that he wasn't truthful, but you still want to sit up here and say that y'all got a healthy relationship. Ain't shit healthy about a motherfucker that's sitting up here constantly lying to you about what he got going on. Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
Was not truthful at all. And funny enough, I actually, when we came back from Paris, I did have a dream, which is why Kay in the episode, you'll see, she's like, I had a dream too, girl. I did have a dream. And during this time that this started happening, that dream kind of started coming back up. And I'm like, well, is somebody pregnant? Like, is there something that I don't know about? I don't want to be crazy, but I did have this dream. And he constantly reassured me that that was not the case. I even reached out, you know, I had to call his mom.
So wait, you asked this man if he has a baby on the way and he lied to your face and said no.
Well, Darius says that he didn't lie because, you know, the baby was already here, Carlos. That's the gag.
No, that's the gaslighter, boo. It ain't the
This girl sounds dumb. You saying that's the gag. It's not a gag. It's him making a fool out of you.
gag. It's the gaslighter.
Well, baby, there was no woman pregnant because the baby was here. The baby was born in March, little did I know. But to be honest with you, during this whole time, I'm thinking in my head that there is no baby because he reassured me that there was no one pregnant. And other people in his family also said to me, hey, he's going through a lot right now and he is going to have to talk to you about those things. But in my wildest dreams, I had no idea that there was a second child, especially after asking the direct question on if there was. So, yeah.
Okay, so this is around the time where the first baby is already here.
First baby was already here. This is so when he got released from the team, which is around
May of
April, ish, was also his second son was born in March of 2023. So I was totally in the dark about that. I had no idea that there was even a second child. I'm like, listen, he's young, he's respectable. He treats me like my husband, there was no reason why I shouldn't have held him down when he was released from the team. And I asked the right questions, and I was told that there was no other kids involved. So at the time, I'm thinking like, okay, this man is just really upset about his career, and I get it. You know, like he was telling me, like we're thinking about how I'm going to take care of my son and myself as well. So at the time,
instead of saying my son plural at the time.
Say it again.
Instead of him saying my son's.
Correct.
Did you feel bamboozled and hoodwinked because here you are around this man's family and they know what's up and they're smiling in your face, you know? Did you feel like you were fooled not only by Darius, but his family as well?
Well, according to them, they found out well after he had found out.
Do you really think that that's true? Do you really think that that's true? They knew. Let's not be stupid, Jassi. They fucking knew. They knew. So let's not act like they didn't know. You think they didn't know what he had going on? And being that they knew, because I'm going to stand on that, being that they knew what he had going on, you think they was going to tell you that they knew what he had going on? Absolutely not. They're going to stand beside him just like you standing beside him. And the fact that you said that he would treat you like he was your husband is just ridiculous to me. Because how the fuck he treating you like he your husband and he lying to you? He treating you like a toxic boyfriend that keep lying. That's what he's treating you. You're delusional, girl. Ooh, girl, I can't. Let's continue.
So I understood that it was just one of those dynamics where it was like the family also found out kind of late. And, you know, that's one of the things that they had said to us too. Like, we're still trying to navigate this whole situation. So it wasn't our place to tell you what Darius had going on. That's as a man, and I appreciate his mother for doing that. But as a man, she was like, he's going to have to tell you what he has going on.
When did you and Darius in the year 2023 decide to go your separate ways in your relationship?
So after about end of April, early May, we decided to kind of go our own ways. And that lasted until January of 2024.
He got back with his baby mama during this break y'all had.
I'm not sure if he got back with her or what the dynamics were, but I know that he took a picture in plaid pajamas during that time.
Did he get back to her? Did he climb on her back? Were they intimate?
You know, only he could tell you that. I have no idea. And quite frankly, I wasn't that worried about it. You know, I had kind of did my part as the woman in his life at the time. And when I noticed a disconnect and inconsistencies, I was like, you know, I'm going to gracefully bow out of this one because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so I want to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, please do. I'm an open book.
Yeah, I would love you to bring your man in because he got some answers to you too. But I want to have a real, you know, let's have a real conversation.
Did she say she an open book? Girl, you an open liar is what you are. You're not no open book.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, okay? When a woman is swept off her feet, when she's getting flown first class to Paris, that is literally $10,000 minimally to fly first class to Paris, right? It's nice, you're getting wine and dine, and in your defense though, real talk, because I don't think a woman should ever be blamed for the lack of information a man produces, right? Can you really trust this man knowing that he lied to you? And did you ever feel like, should I continue to be with him or even take him back?
Well, you have to understand that during the time that he and I separated, there was not any sure answers as to what he was going through until January of 2024 when he came to Maryland. And of course, during that time that we were broken up, he reached back out. He was trying to, see how I was feeling about him. He actually got picked up by the Raiders on my birthday, August 1st. And he reached out and was like, babe, like, I got picked up, I'm feeling so much better now. And I told him, like, I'm not interested. I knew that you would be fine, but the way that you treated me and how you just handled what you were going through doesn't work for me. And I'm not interested in getting back together. And I wish you the best of luck. That's what I told him in August of that same year of 2023.
So he courted you again in January 2024.
Yes, he came back. He came to Maryland. He told me that he was going through so much stuff and that he was thankful to be on the other side of it now and that he was feeling so much better. He was so sorry that he was so inconsistent with me during that time, and that who he showed me that he was initially is the person that he is. And he said that, he showed me proof that he would be honest with me moving forward about everything that he had going on, starting with the fact that he was on child support and supporting the children's mother in that kind of way, and that I had really nothing to worry about.
Did he tell you that they took plaid photos weeks before that?
Yes, he did tell me that he was in a Christmas photo with his child's mother, and he told me that, he did what he could to make sure that he could see his sons and to make sure that he wasn't the kind of father that was absent in regards to being able to be around his kids.
So in order to have a peaceful co-parenting relationship, he did what he had to do to...
That's how he explained it to me.
Yeah. So... But you now have seen that on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024, there's a video of him kissing his baby mama.
Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know what the dynamics of that relationship was, because anytime that Darius and I was together, when I say that there was not even an inkling that there may have been a relationship between the child's mother and Darius, because I had always followed Darius on Instagram. And to be honest with you, Carlos, I never seen the child's mother's Instagram until recently on the blogs, because he had always told me that they had each other blocked, and I had never seen her page. So I know that there was a video and a situation where they had went to the same event. I know that because she had told me that when we had a conversation about us getting engaged and things like that. She was like, well, I just think it was fast because I was just with him in January. But in the same breath, Darius was also a single man. And he's like, yeah, we were, trying to see if this relationship could work out at the time. I wasn't dating you. I was, a single man weighing my options, and it didn't work out with her. And shortly after that, he was on child support and going a different direction with who he wanted to be with. It wasn't like he was in a situation where he thought that they were in this happy, healthy relationship, and then all of a sudden just, moved out of it. No, he was already, both parties, to what I know, was already kind of moving on.
Well, the thing is this, so because obviously he's kissing her January 1st of 2024. Days later, he's flying to see you and trying to woo you back. So obviously they've been intimate, in my opinion, allegedly. They got intimate after they took off the PJs from Marshall's and decided to spend New Year's Day together and kiss each other. He then woos you days later. February, March, April, blah, blah, blah. Y'all get engaged August of that year. So that's February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 7 months later, you are engaged to this man. The baby mama I hate saying that because she has a name. Her name is Carlissa. I can say it. You don't have to say it. She did an interview recently with Reality T. I like to cite my sources. She has alleged that she always gave Darius the option to leave the relationship after the first baby, but instead he chose to try to work it out.
Giving the man the option to leave the relationship is definitely something that is confusing when I hear that, because to me, it sounded like it wasn't a situation where she was really asking him or telling him he could leave. She was more so telling him he could not be a father if he wanted. And to my understanding, Darius was like, well, no, I'm definitely going to be there for my children, and I'm going to try to be the best father that I can be. Not necessarily saying that I have to be with you in order to be a good father, but more so just saying that I know that you got pregnant pretty fast, but I'm still willing to be here for my child.
I'm trying to understand how she got that. With Carlissa saying that you have the option to leave this relationship if you want to. That ain't got nothing to do with him being a good father. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, girl? See, here you go. And you don't need to be speaking on that anyway, because it ain't got nothing to do with you. And you don't even know them damn children anyway for you to be speaking on that. Girl, shut up. You're reaching. And your arms hurt because you're reaching. And you're doing whatever you can to make yourself look good in this situation. And it ain't working. It ain't happening. All that other stuff. Like, girl, please shut up. Every time you run your mouth, every time you speak, you sound dumb, you sound stupid, and it ain't working out for you. It's just not working out for you. Your best bet is to leave well enough alone. That's it.
It's kind of how I got it.
You and Carlissa met for the first time at the Super Bowl.
Yes, 2024 Super Bowl is when we initially met.
Y'all met January 2024. You were in her seat, and you politely got up out your seat to give to her. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So actually, if we're being honest, what really happened is, to my understanding, Darius asked if the children could come to the game with his mother. She refused because she knew that I would be there. When she knew that I would be there, she said, absolutely not. I will be bringing my sons to the game. And if my sons are going to the game, I also have to be there. So because that was the situation, Darius was like, well, okay. And initially, I think that he could have told her, well, no, Jassi won't be there, because he wanted his kids to be there. That was his main thing. He was just like, let me say what I got to say, because at the end of the day, I want my kids here. And I want my kids to come by way of my mother. And, you know, the child's mother was like, no, I will be there and I will bring the kids. So initially I went to the game with his sister, his mom, his grandfather, the whole family. We went to the game as a family. And midway through our ride there, the mom was like, okay, so his child's mom is going to bring the kids to the game. No one told me that I had seats below them, a couple rows ahead of them. The mom was just like, listen, I don't know if she's gonna come or not, because she knows that you're gonna be here, but we're at the game, like, let's just sit together. Carlos, when I was sitting in my seats comfortably with my Dior shades on, honey, and my red Fox, I had no idea that this was even his child's mother pulling up. I had never seen this woman's page. Trust me, I looked for it. Cause I'm like, where the baby mom at? You know, and I don't mean to call her baby mom like that, but you know, she's his
child. Because you want to, you know, listen.
Let me say this: she deserves the utmost respect. At the end of the day, it's a relationship that I genuinely want to be healthy. And I know that sometimes we might slip up and we say BM and things like that, but at the end of the day, she is a very great mother to two of his sons. So I in no way, shape, or form ever wants her to feel disrespected. So I apologize for calling her a BM. But when she came, I had no idea that this was his children's mother at all. at all. I didn't even recognize the kids. We was chilling. I'm there with the family. We like eating our popcorn, having a good time. And the lady comes up and I noticed her attitude was kind of like, these are our seats. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm oblivious. Like, I'm not, I'm like, oh, okay. Because the mom had said like, oh, just sit there. But, like, we'll just kind of see how things go, whatever. So when she came, I even texted mom. I was like, oh, that's the child's mama. I was like, oh, because you have to understand.
Girl, that mama knew. That mother knew that child mama was coming. She knew that Charlissa was coming. She knew that she was coming. Period. And you ain't gonna tell me no different. She knew. That's why she told your ass to sit there. Peep game.
2 days prior to that, at the Super Bowl, is when I found out that not only did he have a second son, but that it was by her. This entire time, I didn't think she was even a factor in his life. I know that they were genuinely having a co-parenting situation. When this man told me, I have a child, like a baby, I started laughing. I said, you mean like on the way? And he said, no, it's already here. He's one. I said, wait a minute. So it was a psychological thriller for me. I'm like, I admit, everybody it is to me and your family. Ain't nobody. If anything, people reiterated the fact that they didn't know much about any other woman ever being a part of his life. So for me, it was a true shocker to find out that not only do you have a second kid, you have a second kid by your first son's mother. But one thing that made me kind of relax in this situation was when he told me the timeline. He's like, well, she had the baby in March. I'm doing the timeline. I'm like, we got together in January. Then that means that before we were even together or intimate, she was already pregnant. So I was upset about the lie, but I was never upset about the child because I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Like, you have another child that was here before me. And quite frankly, anything that he did while we weren't together is really none of my business.
No, listen, it isn't. What is your business, though, is for you to have a man who's honest with you, right?
Correct.
Who's truthful.
When Carlos said that what is your business is to have a man that is honest with you, and then she gonna say, correct. You're saying correct, and you still with him, and he wasn't honest with you. You still accepting the fact that he wasn't honest with you. That's the part that I don't get, and that's the part that I don't understand. I don't think I ever understand this shit. Like, you really think that shit is okay? You know what I mean? Like, what? It's not okay, Jassi. And he got you looking real crazy. Okay? Real crazy.
With you doing the courtship, because you can fly me all around the world, but I would like to know that while we're dating, you have a woman who has your seed, in her belly.
It was a very hurtful lie. Don't be.
Yeah.
It was a very, very hurtful lie. When I found that out, I was so taken aback about anything that he had ever told me, because I'm like, wait a second. You mean, if anything, I was thinking that it was another child from another woman, if at best. And so again, seeing as though I had no idea of the situation and no one that was in his life, they talked to me as if there was not really anything to worry about in regards to that side of it. I was extremely hurt. I was extremely shocked. And I just was replaying some of the moments where I'm like, baby, where was it that I went wrong? I've always been the kind of girl that asks the right questions. Like, I'm clocking it from the jump. Who is this? What is this? What's going on? I don't have.
You didn't ask any questions because you were blinded by the physical. You didn't ask any questions because all you was thinking about was the fact that you flew first class on Air France. That's the only thing that you was thinking about. That's why you didn't ask no damn questions. All you saw was a football player, some money, some airplane tickets, and that's all you saw. Fuck the fact that he got a baby mama and some kids that you ain't really met, that you don't even recognize, that you don't even have a relationship with. And you think you won a prize. Girl.
have time to play games. I don't really do the small boy games in regards to like, you know, the lies and the things like that. So for me, I thought that I was coming into a situation where a man was being totally honest with me. And that was really hard for me to get over.
I know our time is limited, so I want to get a few things out before I let you go. On the show, we did see you emphasize, okay? No woman matters before me. It's only been me. Boom, boom, boom. It appeared like that was a diss to his child's mom.
So absolutely not. And I'm glad that you brought that up. First of all, his child's mom got to realize that, number one, baby, I am on Real Housewives. Okay. It was never about her. It was always about my defensiveness toward the ladies who I knew was trying to actually rip apart my relationship or discredit my relationship. And I was just trying to get the point across that, look, y'all don't got to be trying to look my man up about marriage and XYZ. He ain't been in no relationship. And I didn't mean it like, oh, he's never been involved with another woman.
But that's what you implied, though. That's what you implied. When you sat on that bus and said, I'm the first real relationship, I'm his only real that's what you was implying, girl. That's what you was telling the people, girl. What else did you mean by that? What else did you mean by that? I'm trying to understand this because none of it is making sense and you're not making sense. What else was it supposed to mean, Jassi? Come on.
Or anything like that. But the way it came across, I even clutched my pearls because without the context, there was a lot of moments where a few of the ladies constantly were questioning me about his previous relationships, constantly questioning me about his children and things like that. So I was on defense. And honestly, I wholeheartedly apologize to his children's mother for not considering how she may have felt. You know, your first year on the show, you come into the show and all you know is you're around a group of beautiful women who's gonna comfort you. And so for me, I'm on defense. It was much bigger than her. It was more so like, listen, I got 7 different women coming after me about my relationship, and I just want them to stop and know.
But who was coming for you, though? Who was coming for you in your relationship? I don't recall nobody ever coming for you in your relationship. You served up your own story. I don't remember nobody coming for you about your relationship, girl. The fuck you talking about? Ooh, ridiculous.
That like anything previously ain't what this is. Okay. But in doing so, it appeared that I diminished what they had. And that was never my purpose. My purpose was just to defend myself and my relationship, period.
Got it. Okay. No, and I'm glad you said that because again, you did nothing wrong in this situation and nor did Clarissa. You know,
and to be honest with you, the thing is, I never wanted to put us in a place where it would be a situation where we are like, oh, well, why are you saying this or why are you saying that? I really rather directly go to the source. And, you know, before all of this came out, there was a fake page that reached out that said, I'm going to go to the blogs. You think you're getting married, Miss Harris? Well, just make sure your man is not cheating on you. I'm going to go to the blogs and prove that he's a cheater. And then a day later, this whole story of him with his plaid pajamas on and such like that came out. And for me, it was just like, that to me wasn't necessary because if you understood the context and if you understood why I was saying those things, then you would kind of maybe just understand where I was coming from. And I hate that it came across like that because I'm like, child, it was never to be put out like that. But unfortunately, as a rookie, I really didn't have anybody to say, Jazz, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. This is reality TV. This is our real realities. And there's no kumbayas when you're a newbie on the squad. They're like, girl, who are you? What you doing in our circle? Let's break down da, 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 da. So I didn't have anyone to say, hey, as a fiance that's transitioning within a new family, maybe consider how the mom might feel. Maybe consider this and that. And that's something that I do plan.
That was common sense. You didn't need nobody to tell you to consider the feelings of the mother of the child. That's common sense. but you didn't think about that. The only reason why you're saying that now is because you got clocked. That's the only reason. But okay, girl.
To do as I go forward on this platform. It's just to consider how she might feel, whether it's my truth or not.
Do you two have a relationship? When was the last time you spoke to her?
The last time I spoke to her was when I informed her that Darius and I would be getting engaged and buying a house and everything. And that was around probably around May or so. I did, reach out via Darius, and a conversation was just something that she didn't want to have with me at the time. I think that now we're in a better place and we're trying to navigate these new dynamics, because I think her thing was just like, girl, now you say in 2 years, now you dip it in when it was my time, which I get. Like, sis, I definitely get it. But without context, again, that first year, I said, like TJ and Stacey, we was just getting to know each other. It was nothing serious. I was very much so into my career. It wasn't until 2023 that we actually got intimate and began being serious. And she told me that she had found out about him dating me in March of 2023. And she told me that it was very hurtful for her because she had just had her son and she did want to be with Darius, is what she told me. So I can understand why, she had those feelings. And then, knowing about me in March, knowing that we broke up by May, and then by December they're in Plaid, by January he's back on my line, by August, 7 months later, I'm engaged. But Darius has always been serious about me, and he's always shown me that. And so our relationship has always been a relationship that has been, very serious and very much so. I'm willing to meet you where you are. And where I am, where I always have been, is a place that, he had to rise to the occasion.
Well, listen, I really appreciate your honesty.
You keep saying that he had to rise to the occasion, but what occasion? Because he's still a liar and you still a fool. So what occasion did he rise to, Jassi?
Honesty and transparency. I would love to say goodbye to Darius if he has time to say goodbye to me. Is he around? Is he behind the computer giving you notes?
No. He's somewhere over there. Babe, come. And you want to ask him anything you need to ask him?
I got you, sis. I'm always here for the girls.
Baby, ask him. Okay.
I'm gonna ask him, girl.
Come sit on the green couch. Let's talk about it, baby. Why are you looking like that? Who's you on phone with over there?
Hey, man. So before I let your beautiful fiance go, obviously I want to give you the opportunity as well to clear the air. So I won't keep you too long. But, listen, your beautiful fiance has explained the timeline to me and everything makes sense. And Darius, obviously, it does appear that you weren't truthful in informing Jassi at the time that, you had a baby on the way. She acted directly, and it was a technical gaslighting situation where, you said, well, no, because the baby technically wasn't there. So what was the reason for you to want to keep that a secret, knowing that you were spending time and money trying to, be with Jassi?
Man, it was just something that was hard to tell her when I knew I wanted to be with her. So yeah, it was just kind of like, how do I break it down to her, even though I want to be with her, and obviously telling somebody there who you want to be with, who you want to be serious with, is how that can go. That can go either one way or another. So I just kind of was selfish in my way not to say nothing, hoping that we can still work our way to being where I know we can be, and then telling her later, but. It's just kind of hard to tell somebody something of that magnitude news when, kind of being a coward about it and just kind of running away from it instead of telling her, because I know I want to be with her at the end of the day.
Listen, you were giving, Huxtables, Roseanne Barr TV sitcom opening tease with the plaid pajamas. Is you, Clarissa, the two boys in December. And then in January, you guys spend New Year's Eve together. She has the video of y'all kissing. And then days later, you wanted to get back with Jassi. So it does appear that, real talk, it does appear that you were trying to have your cake and eat it too. and not a lot of men are going to pose in plaid pajamas and then spend New Year's Eve with their children's mom without it being deemed as serious.
I understand what it may look like outside looking in, but the fact that I know that I was doing what I mean, yes, I did take a picture and everything, but just to be with my boys, but I know the magnitude of the situation, and I know that we were not together. And even on New Year's Eve, I think me just kind of not having Jasmine around and being a good person and having her around, obviously, the kids and everything, I see what it looks like, but no, we wasn't together or anything like that. And
were y'all intimate during December, January?
No, we was not.
So after New Year's Eve, y'all kissing on camera, y'all didn't have sex afterwards?
No, we did not.
Don't be lying, baby. Did y'all have sex?
Again, no, we did not.
So when y'all took the plaid pajamas, when y'all took them off, y'all didn't go in the same bed together?
No, because she went to her house and I went to my house, meaning that we had our own places and we was not together. Again, just because, of pictures and everything, which I get, but just because you see one thing, that doesn't tell what's actually going on in real life.
Okay, my last question for you is this. How can Jassi trust that you are going to be an honest man the moment you two decide to say I do, knowing that this beautiful woman fell in love with you the moment you flew her out and romanticize her? How
many pictures at the Louvre and everything, Lord.
So Darius, how sure can Jassi be that you will be a faithful man that won't lie to her the moment you guys, as of today and for the rest of your lives as you guys get married?
Because Jasmine is in a relationship with me and I'm in a relationship with Jasmine. So first and foremost, as long as me and her, she understands that there's nothing out, everything's already out. That was the biggest, ball to drop. Now that that's uncovered and we're dealing with that, we know, she know I have 2 boys and that was the biggest thing. So there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to try to, that I know that can harm our relationship because I've dealt with that. We went through that and still ongoing as we continue to go through and other people try to put their opinions on things, which obviously if I don't have anything better to do with my life, of course I would try to get into somebody's life who's on a platform as hers or who look as good as her or who's just intelligent and glowing as her to try to put in, try to put their opinion like I put in everything. But I feel like as long as we continue to, I continue to do my part and just showing her that she didn't make a mistake by being engaged to me, by being my fiance, my future wife, and I just continue to do things the right way and don't put myself in a situation like that, I feel like everything will be good. Because at the end of the day, long as me and her are on the same page and we have the stories and we have our relationship together in home and in real life, everything else really doesn't matter. But the as we go forward, that's the main, just making the main thing the main thing. And the people's opinions matter the most are the ones who we truly care about and who we actually know.
All right, Darius. Look, I will say this. Listen, this is me being honest. I like the 2 of you. And I really want to see this relationship manifest into a healthy marriage. We all make mistakes. Your children's mom did speak out in a recent interview and she did not bash you. So, and I want to be able to really give her the props that she didn't bash you. She wanted to clear up some timeline. Not sure what that would mean for the 2 of you co-parenting moving forward, but do the 2 of you have a good co-parenting relationship?
There's no, before the past couple of weeks in this issue, there was no issue. There was no, if anything, I know I call and check on the boys and make sure they're good. And it's, a pretty healthy relationship pertaining to boys, at least before, this.
Okay. One more thing, I want to clear this up. She did say, however, that your second son was born within 27 weeks early because she felt like that relationship stressed her out. Would you like to respond?
I think a lot of people are getting it misconstrued. And I think they might have said the second one. I don't know if people running them with this and trying to say it's the second one, or trying to put piece together a timeline and everything. But that would be my first one. So that's like.
The first one was born within 27 weeks.
Yes, he was born premature. Yes.
He was born premature. And she said, allegedly, that it was the cause of the stress of your relationship. Would you like to?
I mean, as a man, I don't think I can speak on a woman's health on, why I came earlier, this and that. Like we mentioned before, from not being able to have, a child to being able to have one. So, I mean, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but obviously I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what happened or why my first son came premature. But we are glad that he's healthy and he has no major problems now, and he's thriving and growing and being able to talk and articulate himself and becoming a handsome, smart young man.
All right. So Jassi, do you want to have a beautiful baby girl? Is it plans to have kids?
Once we get married, we definitely are planning for a family, and I would love to have twins. My baby is a twin, and I want twins and get back in my gym regimen. So that if it's Lord's willing, God's blessing, I'll give them 2 and be done. Because we're gonna have a daycare in a minute.
Yes. Well, look.
No, thank you. And to be honest, I want to reiterate the fact that our main focus is to have a healthy relationship dynamic. At the end of the day, Darius has not been an angel. He did tell some lies to both his child's mother and myself. I've tried my best as a rookie to respect her children. I didn't mention their names on my platform, but I was still in a position.
You probably don't even know their damn names, if you ask me.
Where even I had to clutch my pearls because I knew that was not my intent. So I want to send her a lot of love. I'm navigating relationships in general. I'm a woman first, and they can be very difficult. When we think about our natural everyday lives, like your relationship and who you are with throughout your life, who you choose to have children with, that's something that can really make or break you. So I want to send her a lot of love and just say to her that my goal is always to respect her and to provide a healthy and very safe environment for not only her, but especially the children that they have together.
You will one day make a great first lady of the United States. I will say that. Listen, baby, I am hooked. I'm hooked. You won me over.
Carlos, that means something.
You had me at hello. And I will say with you, Darius, listen, I like you. And I'm not going to sit up here and chastise the man who lied in the beginning, because no disrespect to my gender, that's what do. But at least you're able to be honest about it. And I am so happy that the two of you took the time out to clear the air, and the fact that you did it in a respectful way to these boys' moms, because everything you said is so beautiful. And I really am advocating for the two of you to be full-time. Now, Darius, I know you got a whole career, and that's fine.
He literally just got out of practice. That's why he has on a hoodie and
no, it's fine. No,
for his lift. And I was like, baby, help me with these lights.
No, he's good. And listen, Darius, I'm a huge fan of your fiance. I'm advocating for her to be a full-time housewife. She is a star. I see why you flew her out. I see why you courted her. I see why you approached her at the valet in Los Angeles after the club. And listen, I see why you do have a woman who is a rarity, and I want you to protect this Black woman. I want you to love up on her. I want you to be able to create and foster an amazing co-parenting establishment, because as the men of the household, you are the leader of this situation. And these two women can only be healthy with each other if that is what you provide for the both of them, which is safety. Okay?
All right.
So that's my advice for you as your older big brother. Jassi.
Thank you for the advice.
Yes, no, listen, you're so welcome. I love Black love, and I want to see this You know, I really want to see you guys succeed and win. And who knows, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, prayers to the Lord, that if you guys are going to get married this year or next year, whenever, that we get to see it on the show, especially as you're holding a flute. So
I can't take another second. That was it, y'all. That was it. Because I can't take it. I told y'all. I done told y'all. I can't take the fake shit. I don't like the fake shit. I can smell the polygrip. It kills me on the inside when somebody being fake. I cannot take the bullshit. I cannot. Carlos is full of shit. He's full of shit, and we all know it. But that's my recap of this damn interview that this man done had with Jassi and that boy, Darius. Y'all know I did my recap on Color Me Pink's interview with the baby mama last night. And what I'm going to say about that is this right here. I believe the baby mama. I believe every word she said. I believe it because Darius is a liar. Jassi was doing way too much politician talk trying to, save face and make it seem like she's better in a sense because he spent X amount of money on her and flew her here and flew her there, met the mama, met the daddy, all this other shit, as if mama, daddy, grandmama don't lie. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on now. So I believe everything the baby mama ever opened up her mouth and ever said. That's just my opinion. No lie, my opinion, my truth. It is what the fuck it is. Okay, that's just what I think. But yeah, y'all, that's about it. So, Too Feisty asked for you guys to come up and do a panel. So I'm about to get up off of here and go to the store. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna make a quick thumbnail and I'm finna set this thing up. We probably gonna go live again for this panel. I haven't made up my mind on the time, but it's looking like 6 or 6:30 right about now. It's looking like 6 or 6:30. We're gonna do an hour-long panel, and then we're gonna get off in time for Bill Collective. So it's looking like it's gonna be 6:30 for us to do this panel, and that's it. I'm gonna need for everybody who wants to come up. Everybody is welcome. You know what I mean? We're slowly but surely getting back into the lit live chats again. So we're gonna do that. Okay. So we're out of here. So I hope y'all enjoyed the recap. So with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. I'm about to leave you guys with the video for Doobie V featuring Bando and Carl. It's called the My Sug Remix. The video drops tonight at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you guys are there. I'm going to share the link for that music video on my community wall as well, because yours truly is in the video. So make sure you guys tune in, if not to support Carl and Bando, but also to support me because I'm in the damn video too. All right, so I'm about to leave you guys with that, and I'm out of here, y'all. Bye.
For a living, might suck dick for a now living. This is the story how it all went down. I wasn't always out here balling on the ground. Used to get up in the AM and work real hard. I knew there was a better way, and that's on God. Stocking shelves, that's when I seen him, fine as hell, pretty brown skin, 6'1", muscle build. Something about that nigga said I show don't tell. Yeah, I had to give him change, he had big bills. He started small talk, what you doing for the night? I said I don't know, I'll probably catch a fight, have a little sip, roll one up, then get ready for the AM, try to make my bucks. He said, hold on, little bro, I got a business proposition for your bills in my pocket. They could only make you richer, homie. I'll give you a couple hundred for